building your emergency food supply. Out in the wild, or even when disaster strikes closer to home, being prepared with food and water can be the difference between a tough situation and a dire one. It's not about fear, it's about empowerment, about taking control of your safety and the safety of your loved ones. We're going to cut through the noise and get straight to the practical steps you can take right now without needing a fortune. This isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving, even when the odds are stacked against you. Most people think prepping means spending thousands overnight, but survival is built one smart choice at a time. In this video, you'll learn how to start your emergency food supply without breaking the bank. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to build a safe, long-lasting food storage system tailored to your needs. We're not just talking about tins of beans here, we're talking about a strategic approach to sustenance, ensuring you have the calories, the nutrients, and even a bit of comfort when things get rough. It's about being resourceful, adaptable, and ready for anything. Forget the fancy gadgets and expensive kits for a moment. The core of survival often comes down to the basics, the essentials that have kept humans going for millennia. We'll explore how to identify these, how to store them effectively, and how to build up your reserves gradually. This is about smart, sustainable prepping that anyone can achieve. So grab a notepad, stay focused, because the knowledge you gain today could be invaluable tomorrow. It's time to take responsibility for your own resilience. Let's get into it. Right, first things first, and this is non-negotiable: water. You can survive weeks without food, but only a few days at most without water. It's the absolute cornerstone of any survival plan. Dehydration sets in alarmingly fast, it clouds your judgment, saps your strength, and critically impairs your ability to make life-saving decisions. So, before you even think about a single tin of food, you need a robust and reliable water strategy. This isn't just about having a few bottles tucked away. It's about understanding your daily needs and having multiple redundant methods to secure clean, drinkable water. Your primary goal should be storing enough potable water for every single person in your household. The widely accepted minimum is 1 gallon per person per day, and that's for drinking and basic sanitation. Aim for at least a 3-day supply as an absolute baseline, but ideally a 2-week supply if you can manage the storage space. You can buy commercially bottled water or store tap water in appropriate food-grade containers. Ensure these containers are thoroughly cleaned and sanitized before use, and store them in a cool, dark, and dry place. Label them clearly with the date you filled them and rotate your supply every 6 months to a year. Beyond stored water, you need methods for water purification. Boiling is the most reliable method to kill pathogens, but it requires fuel. Consider investing in a good quality portable water filter designed to remove harmful bacteria and protozoa. Next up on our list of essential survival stores, we're talking about a truly remarkable substance: honey. Properly stored raw honey can last quite literally forever. Archaeologists have unearthed pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are still perfectly preserved and edible after thousands of years. Its extraordinary longevity comes from its unique chemical composition, a high concentration of natural sugars, and a very low moisture content. This makes it an incredibly reliable food source when other items might spoil. Honey offers a rapid and easily digestible source of vital energy. It's a far superior option to processed sugars or sugary snacks. Beyond its caloric value, honey possesses incredible medicinal qualities. It's been used as a natural antiseptic and antibacterial agent for dressing wounds, burns, and abrasions. Always try to ensure it's raw, unpasteurized, and minimally processed honey for these benefits. Store it in an airtight container, preferably made of glass, in a cool, dark, and dry place. If your honey crystallizes, gently warm the sealed container in a bowl of warm water until the crystals dissolve. Let's talk about a staple that's a true champion of budget-friendly prepping: pasta. Dried pasta is affordable, widely available, and long-lasting. It comes in countless shapes and sizes, offering variety, and its neutral flavor profile means it can be combined with almost anything else you have in your stockpile. The shelf life of dried pasta is excellent. When stored correctly in an airtight container in a cool, dark, and dry place, most types of dried pasta can last for years. Consider transferring store-bought pasta into more robust sealed containers like food-grade buckets with gamma lids. Pasta is primarily a source of carbohydrates, essential for energy. It pairs well with other items like canned fish, beans, or powdered cheese to create more nutritionally balanced meals. One of the great advantages of pasta is its ease of preparation, though it does require boiling water and therefore fuel. Different shapes will have slightly different cooking times, so it's good to have a variety. Remember to factor in the water needed for cooking when calculating your overall water storage needs. Focus on whole wheat varieties if possible, as they offer more fiber and nutrients. Now, let's focus on two items that might seem small but punch way above their weight in any survival scenario: sugar and salt. Salt is physiologically essential for human life. It helps regulate fluid balance, nerve function, and muscle contractions. Beyond its dietary role, salt is also a powerful food preservative. Sugar is a concentrated source of quick energy. It can make less palatable emergency rations more acceptable, improving overall food intake and morale. Store sugar and salt in airtight, moisture-proof containers. Non-iodized salt is often preferred for long-term storage and preservation tasks. Granulated white sugar can last indefinitely if kept dry. We're not just talking about a specific food item, but a set of crucial skills that can dramatically expand your food security when refrigeration is a distant memory. Food preservation techniques. Drying or dehydration involves removing most of the moisture from food, inhibiting the growth of bacteria, yeast, and mold. Salting and curing are powerful preservation methods, particularly for meat and fish. Pickling is another excellent way to preserve vegetables and even some fruits. By immersing foods in an acidic brine, you create an environment where harmful bacteria cannot thrive. Consider techniques like rendering fat and storing root vegetables in a cool, dark, and slightly humid place. Learning these skills takes time and practice, but they transform you from someone merely consuming stored food to someone who can actively manage and extend their food resources. Let's address the options that often come to mind when people think emergency food: MREs, meals ready to eat, and commercially prepared freeze-dried meals. These are incredibly convenient, designed for long shelf lives, and come pre-packaged with everything you need for a single meal. MREs are calorie-dense, designed to fuel soldiers in the field, and are built to withstand rough handling and extreme temperatures. Freeze-dried meals are lightweight and compact for storage. Rehydration is simple, usually just requiring hot water. When considering these options on a budget, look for sales, bulk purchase discounts, or consider buying components if available. Prioritize these for your bug-out bag or for the first 72 hours of an emergency when convenience is paramount. Blend them with more economical bulk staples like rice, beans, and pasta to create a well-rounded, resilient, and more affordable emergency food plan. Their convenience is undeniable, but balance it with cost-effectiveness. Let's turn our attention to some of the unsung heroes of the pantry: canned goods and rolled oats. Canned goods are a prepper's mainstay for good reason. Focus on nutrient-dense options: canned tuna or salmon for protein, canned beans for protein and fiber, canned tomatoes for versatility, and canned fruits in their own juice. Rolled oats are another fantastic budget-friendly powerhouse. A large container of rolled oats is inexpensive and can provide many hearty, warming meals. Oats are a great source of complex carbohydrates, soluble fiber, and some protein and essential nutrients. They cook relatively quickly with just hot water, saving on fuel. Store oats in an airtight container to protect them from moisture and pests. These everyday items, when intentionally stockpiled, form a solid, reliable, and comforting foundation for your emergency food needs. Now we delve into some of the most calorie-dense and cost-effective staples you can stockpile: dried beans, rice, and nuts. Dried beans are an outstanding source of plant-based protein, fiber, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. Properly stored in airtight containers, dried beans can last for many years. Rice, particularly white rice, is another champion of long-term storage. When sealed in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, white rice can last for 20 to 30 years or more. Nuts and seeds are nutritional gold mines packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The combination of beans and rice forms a complete protein, providing all the essential amino acids your body needs. Learning to cook these staples efficiently is vital. Stock up on these, learn how to prepare them, and you'll have a powerful foundation for any emergency. As we think about longer-term resilience, We need to look beyond just stored bulk foods and consider items that can provide fresh nutrients and a much-needed psychological lift. Sprouting seeds are a fantastic way to get fresh, living food packed with vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. Seeds like alfalfa, broccoli, mung beans, lentils, and radish sprout quickly with just water in a jar or sprouter. If the situation allows for it, having a stock of garden seeds for planting is a very wise long-term strategy. Now, let's talk about coffee and tea. For many, these are non-negotiable daily rituals, and their absence in a stressful situation can genuinely impact morale. Instant coffee has a decent shelf life if kept dry and sealed. Tea, especially black and green tea, also stores very well for long periods. These items represent an investment in future well-being, providing comfort, routine, and a sense of normalcy. Finally, let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the purely practical discussions of survival prepping comfort foods. When you're facing a tough, uncertain, or prolonged emergency situation, your mental and emotional state is just as vital as your physical well-being. Having a small stash of familiar, enjoyable foods can provide a significant psychological boost. What constitutes a comfort food is highly personal. Think about items that have a good shelf life, don't require complex preparation, and genuinely bring you a sense of enjoyment or nostalgia. These aren't your primary calorie sources, but rather morale boosters. When selecting comfort foods for your stockpile, consider their packaging and storage requirements. Remember that sharing these small treats can also be a way to build camaraderie and support within your group or family. A strong mind and a resilient spirit are your greatest assets, and sometimes, a simple taste of something familiar and enjoyable can be just what you need to fortify them. So there you have it, a solid roadmap to building your emergency food supply without needing a fortune. We've covered the absolute essentials like water, the long-lasting power of honey and pasta, and the importance of staples like beans, rice, and oats. Remember, the key is to start, no matter how small. Every can, every bag of rice, every gallon of water you store is a step towards greater security and peace of mind for you and your family. This isn't about living in fear. It's about taking proactive, sensible steps to be ready for the unexpected. Building an emergency food supply doesn't happen overnight. It's about making smart choices today. Start small, prioritize essentials, and expand over time. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more survival tips, and share what you're adding to your stockpile in the comments below. Thanks for joining me, and remember, be ready, stay safe, and never stop learning.